Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's one of the first times I've said the actual extra thing. On the last Let's Play, we went here to kill some bandits and hunt some deer for a quest all the way up here. And we're gonna... Oh, why didn't he go that way? And we're gonna manually right there, in hopes that we will discover more of the map. Truth be told, I've done this Let's Play before. There were some problems with the previous one. Well, the annoying things was twice I ran into bandits that dehorsed me, and then I spent, 15 minutes trying to run past... actually, I think it was 11. Trying to run past them. And then I went to the monastery. It was night, so then I sat there reading books, spoke with the person for the quest, was about to give them the food for the quest, and then the game was like, this food's rotten, so you can't give it to her, at least I believe. At which point it's like, well, I guess we'll try again. Though I do want to stop off at one area real quick, like. It's a place where I just wandered upon a grave and it had some good stuff in there. Like, here's hoping that, like, when I got to her, I was like at 31 to 30 health on the food, and then speaking with her cost me an extra 5. So, it was real annoying. Did I say I spent about a night reading books? Okay, it wasn't a dead body that time. Let's see. Okay, a bit more forward. It's about here. Let's transfer a whole bunch of things to horse. I'm gonna put that on. And what was the other thing? Nobleman's shoes? And let's transfer that axe and the heavy shield and that dagger, because we don't need those. Okay, continuing on. I'd really like to get good in potions so that I could, be able to have so many shaver schnapps that the only thing that's binding me is whether or not I would want to actually use it. I tapped shift. You do the run thingy. Alright. Okay, and then we're going to slow down a bit, because here's where the battle is. Before, I was like, oh, maybe one of these two guys, I know one of them's cumin, but the other one might not be cumin. And, well, might not be bad guys, and they both turned out to be bad guys. It was cumins versus bandits. Which, if this was a Fallout game, I would definitely, maybe to add distance and enjoy them fighting each other. Let's see. Oh, where are they? There, it was somewhere around here. I mean, if we're already here, we're already here. And can you hear it? Yeah, periodically the might pick up the dog next door. I fucking hate those dogs. They're two little poodles. They bark at the squirrels in the tree. They bark at anybody who goes by, which, you know, people walk in the front of the house and people walk, you know, go in the behind the house since that place is open there. And yeah, they also bite if you put your leg too close to the fence, like let's say if you're mowing the lawn. Okay, so let's see how our food health is. 72, okay. So it's a lot better than I thought it would be. Now. Yo, Johanka.
Johanka?
Johanka.
Henry?
Wow, you look dirtier than last time. And for the medieval ages, that's quite a
I heard
feat.
that you're doing well.
Well, that depends.
You're alive. So you're doing well.
What's happening here? Oh my
I
God.
guess we can go through all the dialogue
Philip,
stuff.
They're all...
Yes. Where do you think the wounded
Anyways, I'm
ended
gonna
Actually,
interact with people on
I had no idea.
Telegram because
Well,
I've
now
heard
you
this all
know.
twice.
up? Me and Nicodemus have been trying to keep things under control since Skalitz was raised. Just the two of us.
So can I help at all?
Certainly. We can always use an extra pair of hands here. And it's been like that since the beginning.
I was in a bad way myself back then. They took me to Ratai unconscious, and I needed a healer. How's everyone holding up? What can I do?
Holding up. People here are dying, usually needlessly, and I can't do anything about it. We don't have enough food or space or anyone who's willing to help us.
I always find it funny when I'm doing like, hey, let's do this Let's Play, and you guys watch me, and then I'm like, I'm going to just look at
Scholars,
Twitter.
maybe, but they leave the healing up to God. Nicodemus is trying, but everything he knows is from his books.
Can I have a look at them myself? I know a little about healing.
Do you now? And what would you do if you burnt yourself at the forge?
First, you have to cool it down with water. Marigold ointment helps, and it's better if you don't bind it and let it breathe.
You do know what you're talking about. Looks like blacksmiths know about more than just pulling teeth.
Pulling teeth? Nothing to it. As long as you don't squeeze the pincers too hard and crush them.
How do we know about pulling
Go and
teeth?
see if anyone needs anything. Just don't go pulling anyone's teeth.
What happens if they need their teeth pulled?
Doesn't the monastery care for them?
They give us some food for them and a place to sleep, but I wouldn't say they help exactly. More like they just tolerate us.
Do you have enough food?
Enough to survive, maybe, but convalescents need feeding up.
Maybe if I brought some meat, some game.
Can we give it
That would
to you
strengthen them.
now?
That would be a great help.
Anything else you need?
Look around.
Well, it is a little crowded.
Crowded. I've had to leave some of the sick lying in the open air, even at night. And have you seen what they're lying on?
I'll try to negotiate better conditions with the monastery.
I tried that, out loud. They just nod their heads, but don't move a muscle.
You mean people who are religious can be
Very well.
humongous dicks and be, as they would say, very unchristian?
You're the only woman here, alone in the monastery.
Some of the monks speak to me, but other people act like I don't exist. Too bad the custodian isn't one of those.
Is the custodian causing you problems?
All the time. Apparently he has a wife somewhere, but that doesn't stop him. He's constantly strutting around in front of me.
And,
What else?
What do you mean, what else? He's invited me to his home.
I could do something about it, if you liked.
No, I can deal with him. The last thing I need is you going around.
One thing that
threatening
always
him.
kind of confused
It
me
won't help me,
about,
and it
you know,
definitely
like,
won't
what
help
is
the
it,
rest of
80s,
you.
90s stuff is when it's that whole
Why is
trope
there
of
a guard
inviting
outside?
your boss to
He's
dinner.
here
Good thing you
because
don't
of
have to
me.
do that anymore,
Because
because
of you?
I would hate
Yes.
that.
There was
Being
one
like,
time
oh,
I just had enough of it all, of the way
hey,
he'd treat us, and I almost slapped one of.
we're gonna be kind of awkward
But
here.
that doesn't matter.
Like, I don't think it's even a
What can
you
you
trying
tell
to
me about the
smooze up to
custodian?
your boss.
He's
It's
supposed to
just
be in charge of all the guards and the
it's
security
expected.
of the monastery, but really, he has a say in pretty much everything, including supplies. And that's why he probably
And I guess good
thinks he
thing
can
I,
do whatever
you
he
know,
wants.
not in Japan to do that stuff, because I guess you have to
Alright,
go
that's
out
all I
and
need to
drink
know.
with your boss and serve them
Look,
drinks.
Henry, I know I can speak harshly, but I'm at the end of my tether. Last week, Bohuslar
It's like on
died.
Agretzko.
Maybe you knew him. And nobody even blinked an eye. We desperately need help.
I'll do whatever's in my power.
There you
Want
go.
some meat?
So I guess spoiled meat is spoiled.
Thank you, Henry. Rich food will definitely help.
Thank
Tell me
goodness.
more. Alright.
We succeeded! Yay! I'm gonna eat some food. Okay, apparently I'm an overweight bastard. Oh, Johanka. I think that we're not like that. And I don't know much about other stuff. No, talk to him.
You're
Saint
the one who's
Nicholas?
in charge of the wounded.
Yes, I'm the infirmarius here. Time was I only had a few elderly monks who couldn't walk to take care of. Now I have this mess to deal with.
Monks so old they can't hold themselves up with their own legs.
If that were the
I wonder
only
if my
bodily function they could control.
Over
But I shouldn't
covers
take
look
it
that
that.
bad because it's
It's
low
depressing to
thing.
live
Like,
to
do they have
such
different
age.
levels of stuff?
How are the wounded from Skalitz?
Some of them are well taken care of. But others are dying here needlessly. It's a good thing we have Johanka here. I'd never be able to manage on my own.
My helmet looks a less scruffy than when I
So you don't
previously
normally treat
tried
the
this.
wounded, then?
It was when I was
There
hit
were
several
accidents,
times
of
by
course.
enemies.
A broken leg, someone who'd been kicked by a cow or bitten by a goat. But this, I've never dealt with the carnage of battle before.
If only it had been a battle. This was cold-blooded slaughter.
You were there? God be merciful to you and the dead and the wounded.
How can I help you?
Have you talked to
I want to
Johanka?
move my guy.
I did.
Well, if you know something about it, then go and take a look. However, you don't look like you've studied the Hippocratic arts.
That's true.
Oh,
I'm the son of a blacksmith, but I have been around the wounded before. What do I do if I'm not sure of the treatment?
Come and speak to me. We'll see what we can do.
sometime in the near future, I want to
What
buy
do you
all the
think about
books
the
and stuff, but
custodian?
first I want to buy a horse.
Baron von Berg? Well, he does his job well. He keeps us safe here. And the last time I saw him was when I was rubbing ointment on his rash.
I heard
That
he's
was
been
on his
here
dick.
a lot lately.
Well, that's true. He comes to visit Johanka. But he's never here long, and he always leaves unsatisfied.
Thank you. Why are they so badly provided for? People are crammed in next to each other, and some have to sleep outside. That can't be good for them. It gets freezing here at night.
I can't afford anything more for them.
How is that possible? You're the infirmarius. You decide how all the money gets spent.
But I have no say in how much money I'm given. And because the abbot's away, it's still the same amount I had when I was taking care of a few old men.
Can't you do anything? Won't the others help?
Unfortunately not. The brothers in the cloister aren't much interested in the external world. And the custodian
They're like
has enough
Christians
on his
in general.
plate with the chaos in the region.
Or
Besides,
monks at least, and
his main concern
priests.
is the smooth running of the monastery.
And the local custodian? His crew has enough provisions.
I tried him, but it seems he has
It's amazing how
disappeared
there seems to be,
now he won't give us
in
any
multiple
answers.
studies, correlations between religiosity
talk to
and lack of people
Can't believe your
giving
conscience lets you leave
charity,
the
that's the word.
locals in such a state.
I know.
Like, the less religious you are, the more charitable you are,
Brothers believe
and
it's all
vice
in
versa.
God's hands now.
Even so,
You're not the only one.
I skipped a thing.
I'd like to learn something from you.
And what can you do?
A bit of everything.
Can you now? But to be more precise, do you understand herbs and medicinal plants?
Nah,
To be honest, not really.
So what am I supposed to do with you? Well, never mind. At least you'll learn something new. Go to the herb garden, take a good look at what's growing there, and then pull up the weeds in the herbaceous beds. Is that clear?
Clear. I can get cracking.
hopefully that
So
one's
far.
not timed.
Have I even told you what I consider a weed? It's dandelions, stinging nettles, and thistles. Those plants have their use, but they've no business growing among the euphrasia and the mentha, or anywhere else in that garden for that matter.
Yeah,
See.
I mean, all the weeds have
Once
names
you've
on them,
cleared the
so...
garden of weeds, come back, and woe betide you if you pull up anything but weeds.
Don't worry. You've never had as good
I
a
won't
gardener.
get any sleep. I just won't get any sleep.
Would you teach me more about alchemy?
Certainly.
I'm interested.
Wouldn't you rather?
Okay.
Well,
You got any books? What is that? Do we have the Alchemist stream? I don't want to buy 2 of them. It ain't that expensive, I guess.
I'd like to do.
Well,
I know people are dying, but can we haggle?
all right.
Okay, so what's the things we're supposed to do? Help heal in the sick, get supplies from custodian.
Christ above! I can't get a wink of sleep.
What are you making such a fuss about?
A fuss? Because of my leg, I have to stay here for at least another week. Hurts like fuck. And with everyone else moaning and groaning all night, I can't get any sleep.
Okay.
Maybe I can make you something to help you sleep.
Oh, then for God's sake, do it quickly. Good luck to you.
For God's sake, do it quickly! Good luck to you.
He'll be able to get out of this on his own. He just needs to sleep.
Yeah? Damn, why are you waking me?
You're not from Skalitz?
No,
I was kicked in the balls by a cow.
can't stay here.
What happened to you?
I was working on the building when the scaffolding up by the roof collapsed underneath me.
Well, you're very lucky you survived at all.
Yes, that's what everyone tells me. But it's no use being alive if all I can do is lie here like a wet sack of barley.
Well, you're pretty battered, but I don't see anything that a few weeks' rest can't fix.
Weeks? Oh my God, I have to get back to work sooner than that.
Is there anything I can do to help? It looks like they took care of your wounds.
When I was little, my father got trampled on by a horse, and an old hag from the village gave him some kind of purple herbs for it. And he got better very quickly.
And do you remember what the herbs were?
I don't. But there's supposed to be the whole cursed knowledge of the world in this place. Something has to be written about it. A herbarium. Anything.
I'll try to find something.
Thank you. Thank you.
God be with you.
What the?
You look alright?
Mostly, but my leg still hurts.
Did the humans wound you?
That's what I tell the ladies. Truth is, I did myself a mischief while I was running away.
And do they rebandage it for you?
Occasionally. They told me they don't have enough bandages.
Well, that's no use. Those bandages need changing. I've got bandages, so I can take care of it.
Wonderful. Could you tell Brother Nicodemus?
I can do it myself.
I thought you were a blacksmith.
Hopefully that's
Long
not
time
a
ago.
roll the dice thing. Hopefully it's a
Unfortunately,
I have
I've
the
had to
ability
learn a thing
to.
or two about the art of medicine since then.
Well, fine then. May the Lord...
Unsaid success.
Everything here is fine. These wounds have been well taken care of. And who are you?
Who the
Brother
fuck
alive.
are you?
What do you do here?
What I can. I'm just trying to help the Skalitz locals as much as I can.
How long have you been helping here?
Since before the refugees arrived. It was much less crowded back then.
Well, we're talking about stuff.
And what do you do
Yeah,
here
look up.
exactly?
In God's hands.
Mainly, I help Brother Nicodemus. Occasionally, I keep watch at night in case someone takes a turn for the worse. Sometimes I have to hold the patient down or fetch and carry things.
Do you know anything about healing?
A little. I can manage the basics, but without Brother Nicodemus, I'd never be able to deal with the more difficult cases.
Thank you.
Take care now.
Oh, I guess back to talking to people and what. There's a bed right there.
He'll be able to get out of this on his own.
He looks terrible, especially with all that blood there.
He's not reacting. But all I can see that's wrong with him is his leg. I have to ask Johanka. I'm not needed here. Philip, from Skalitz. I don't see any wounds, but he's shaking terribly.
So, what's it called? Shock?
Thank you.
Just walks up to me and says thank you.
What happened to Philip?
Philip?
He's unconscious. He's shivering and he has a fever.
Ah, I didn't know that. When he first came here, he was fine. No wounds on him. He was escorting the others. Then he got worse and worse until he lost consciousness entirely. Ask Johanka. Maybe she'll know more.
Okay.
How do I know which are the weeds?
You see, this is the part where you learn something. Look in the herbarium to find out what a dandelion, stinging nettle, and thistle look like.
But he already knows.
I see.
Good luck to you.
I have other questions.
How about some potion to induce heavy sleep?
Certainly. The old reliable.
Reliable?
Some of the brothers like a good sleep.
If you know what I mean.
Sometimes that's the only way to get one. I'll show you how.
Thanks.
Farewell.
Sherry snaps. Poison. Lullaby. Okay. Prepare oil.
Any sleep. I
A
just
handful
won't
of
get any
poppy. Let's see, poppy, herb, Paris, and thistle. Do we have poppy? Be nice if we could actually see it. What we're doing. Okay, we need a poppy. Where did he go? Maybe we should equip the, we have the torch equipped, but where is it? There we go. Christ. Well, he will appear soonish. Mm-hmm.
Tell me more about... Alright. What's wrong with that man by the altar? He doesn't look wounded, but he's really pale and doesn't react at all.
He had a broken leg. A bad one. The bone had come right through the skin. We tried to straighten it, but I don't know if we did it right. I'm not holding out much hope for him. I've seen folk in that state before, and it didn't end well.
I
Oh my
won't
God.
get any sleep.
There has to be something we
I
can
just
do.
won't get any
And
sleep.
what do you suggest? The monks won't help, and I don't know anyone else who can.
Can I?
Well, I can try. I'll straighten his leg.
You?
I'll give it a go. It's not like I can make it any worse.
Okay, fail.
So you don't know anything. Don't even think about touching that poor man.
I want to touch poor man.
What about the executioner from Ratai? He usually breaks bones, but he might know something about mending them too.
The executioner? Even if you could persuade him to come, they'll never let him in here.
Well, maybe it would be enough if he advised me and then I tried...
Look, do whatever you want.
I won't get
I have
any
to go and
sleep.
take care of the others.
I just won't get
Okay,
any
so
sleep.
now I can touch poor men?
One of the sick men, Semek, is complaining about pain and the fact he can't work. He says he...
Semek? Is he one of our people?
No, he's a construction worker. He's bruised and confined to...
Henry, for God's sake, our neighbors are dying here. Your friends. There isn't time to waste on some construction worker's bruises. Ugh,
I mean, it's an extra
honestly,
bed.
What were you thinking?
Listen, all I need to find out is the name of a herb.
Then go and look it up in a book. You've got your own herbarium, haven't you?
Jeez, you
What
don't have to
happened
be
to
such a
Philip?
bitch.
Poor man. There was nothing wrong with him, and now he's getting worse every day.
But do you know why?
Maybe. He didn't run away from Skalitz, you see. He hid for days, among the corpses. If he got poisoned.
But what can we do?
Us? Nothing. Only Father Simon might have been able to save him. He knew a lot about poisons.
And where is he?
You know he left Skalitz years ago.
And does anyone know where he ended up?
If you believe the stories about a wild man in the woods, then Rovnar is the place to go.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Shit. Sod off.
Well, I guess I could go pick,
He'll be able to get out of this on his own. He'll be able to get out of this on his
pick
own.
the weeds. That maybe help him. Was it thistle? I'm just gonna look it up. It was like thistle and two other things. Kingdom come weed. Please do not put a video covering half the page. You just did that. Dandelions, nettles, and thistles. Okay. You'll need some of these, though. Oh, the yellow ones. They're tiny. Get our thing up, at least. Nice moon there. Maybe I can increase my sneaky skill by doing it while crouching. I do want to get my sneaking skill high so that I can do the Nest of Vipers thing well. And, like, make a lot of money. I think plants don't, you know, go bad. Only meat. Looked like there's an empty patch there, but I didn't pick anything up.
Who's there? What's going on there? Hey, what are you playing at?
I'm picking picking weeds, but you know what I mean. It's fine if we go over for this Let's Play. It's not particularly the most fascinating of things.
What's going on there?
Granted, I think that stealth increases by pickpocketing and lockpicking. So this might all be a bit pointless. Hey, we'll never have to pay for Nettle again. Boom. I like missions in games like this, where it's like, hey, do you want... Crap. Too bad I can't replant it.
Hey, who's there? Who's there? What's going on there?
Anyways, as I was saying, missions where you train up a skill. Well, it's a real bitch to be like, hey, we're going to put some of these plants right on top of each other. So it'll be looking directly at a thistle and it'll be a conifery. See, I'm looking directly at a dandelion, but it doesn't say dandelion until I change its angle, even though directly on this thing right here is dandelion.
Who's there? What's going on there?
Oh, you know, picking flowers at night. / weeds. I think that's all of them, you know? I was looking at skills, and it looks like in this game you have the availability to get all the skills except for one in each category. Which, you know, that's chill. I'm filled to the brim with all of these herbs and shit. I guess I could sleep until then. That'd be a good way to save. If I can. Maybe this will be a thing. Well, that's gonna be the end of this Let's Play, so comment, cause I like comments, tell me what you like, dislike, jeez, good stuff. Tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and would like to see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out other videos. Toi help it grow, and please remember, toi spay and door neuter the animals to help control the animal population. I don't know why I say it all French. And until next time, let's play me, GamerWolfSix of Kingdom Come. I'm gonna go look up all the things to do with the this quest. But first, are you awake? No? Okay. Thanks and see ya.